Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. It is time to pull some shards. Actually, it's time to pull a lot more shards than I thought I was going to need to pull. It's pretty rough. Yeah, this one, it's pretty rough. So here is where we are at. Okay, there's a few things combining here, but the Champion Chase tournament has just gone live. And wow, the points for it are pretty brutal. To get the rare, which you will probably need to do the fusion. You could skip this one if you got the epic from Summon Rush, but probably most people doing this will need this rare. You need 3,650 points. And then the first legendary skill tome is up at 4,550. Why is this such a crazy number? I've got two different things to show you here. This was from the Razelvarg fusion. This was 5 months ago, so it's quite a long time ago. But you can see in this fusion, this is how things more usually look in a champion chase. 2,500 points for the rare here, 3,000 for the first legendary, 5,500 for the second legendary. This is like their standard pricing that they've done for basically forever. They've constantly been doing this. So yeah, there's a massive difference between this and this, right? What was previously the legendary book at 3,000, that's now a legendary book at 4,500. Interestingly, this one stays the same at 5,500. But yeah, this rare has gone way up in price. Now, to be fair, they did actually do exactly this back in the Emic Trunkheart fusion. But he was a void legendary fusion, so you're sort of a bit more okay with accepting that it is going to be more pricey because of that. But yeah, needless to say, this is a whole lot. It's a whole lot of points. Another thing that's interesting, right? Here's what we're going to do to start this out. We can fuse some epics to make this easier, right? So let me actually come in and do this. I've got 2 ready to go. And you might have slightly more, you might have slightly less. Probably you've got about this much ready to go right now. Each one of these epics is going to give us 250 points, which is going to be very helpful. So there we go, 250 points for fusing up him. And then let's fuse up this guy over here. I doubt that, actually, let's do this. Let's do it like this. Let's remove her. Let's do it like this. Just to confirm, I suspect when you fuse 2 pans that they should disappear. Let's just confirm it. So let me fuse my 2 pans right here. And hopefully when we do that, these 2 pans will disappear. 250 points. Yeah, okay, cool. So we tested it for science. You can't fuse like 3 or 4 pans by accident and then go, wait, I need Malkith Bloodfeather, and you're screwed. So you can actually do that. So that's fine. There we go. Great, that's done. That's 500 extra points. Here's the thing. You will be able to potentially get way more. And I think this is what's going on here. And I actually really dislike this, right? This Champion Chase tournament, we've got the 3rd Selenia from Champion Training. We've got then Longsword Taurex. I could get him today from Classic Arena. Then Petrifia starts tomorrow with Spider and Dungeon Divers. Even the final event of this, the Artifact Enhancement, does start during Champion Chase. So you could complete this whole fusion during this Champion Chase if you wanted. So, well, to get the Selenia, to get the 3,650, couldn't do that. I can basically get another 250 points towards it by collecting, I mean, more stuff basically tomorrow. With Dungeon Diver Spider, if I blitz that out tomorrow, and Sunday, very easy to do actually. I could fuse up 1 more epic, which would knock a bit of the cost off. And then you could potentially fuse the 4th epic with this Selenia and fuse up Bambus to get an extra 750 points on top of the cost of this. So you would get basically to 360, and then you throw 750 on top of that, which brings you really close to that legendary book. But here's the thing, you know, there's also that big value in saving Bambus for CVC. What bothers me about this is that it feels like what they've basically done is they've taken the normal, right? And this is why I really don't like it, because this is how it feels. It feels like they've taken the normal price for this legendary book and the normal price for this rare, and they've basically added on all of the points you get for playing the game well, for being smart and doing the fusion well, right? All the points you get for fusing the epics, they've simply added those on, basically, to the rare. And then all the points you get for fusing the legendary, like, oh, I can use the legendary to help me do this. Like, oh, yeah, well, you could be better up those points, you know, by 500, another, even extra, even more on top of that. That really bothers me. I really don't like it. I mean, I've heard of like a great analogy in D&D, right? It's a question like, what happens in D&D as a DM, right? Someone who's running the game. What happens if I've been building up this really cool boss for ages, my players get to it, and then they've got like, they come up with some clever trick and they kill the boss in one round before he even gets to do anything. It's kind of an anticlimax. What do I do? And there's lots of potential things you could do, but one of the answers, which I think is important, is that, you know what? Sometimes it's actually totally fine to let that happen, right? Your players have come up with something smart and they've outsmarted this boss and defeated it in a spectacular way. It's okay to let them do that. Let them have that achievement. That can actually be really fulfilling. I think that can be good game design. I think that's exactly the opposite of what's happening here. That Plarium is like, oh, you've come up with this clever way. Well, let us just up the points. I just feel like it's too on the nose. Yeah, I just really dislike it. Bothers me. I did a little bit of maths for this, by the way, guys. So this is what I've worked out. I need 3,650 points. 2 epics fuse is 500, giving us 3,150 remaining. With 53.3 points average per ancient, that's 59 ancients. If we said instead, let's imagine 3 epics fused, which you might be doing tomorrow, equals, well, 750. Equals, what's that, 2,900, is it? Oh god, maths is bad. I think it's that much. Well, let me double check it, because I'm always gonna, you always do maths wrong when you're live because you're trying to commentate at the same time and your brain can't really focus. We do 3, 6. Let's just be careful. 5-0 here. I probably got it wrong. Minus 750. Oh, I was right the first time. It was 2,900. Okay, and then if we divide that by 53.3, we get 54, right? Equals 54 ancients. So you can save 5 ancients by getting that average by getting that extra epic. But yeah, we're gonna pull, let's definitely pull at least 50 ancients right here, right now. Obviously luck can sway this one way or the other. You could get super lucky, get lots of epics and legendaries and be absolutely laughing. You could get a whole ton of rares, unlucky, and fail, but the average expected value would be about 53.3. Let's go in, let's pull. Also worth noting, where are we on Mercy? Good to check in on this. 6 is where we're at on Ancient, so we're nowhere close. Actually makes it pretty good to pull lots of Ancient Shards here. We're so low on Mercy, we might as well. That's a pretty good time to pull Ancient Shards, and then when you start getting closer, it becomes better to consider conserving and looking for. With Ancient Shards, I say double legendary events would be the thing to look for when you're within reasonable striking distance of your Mercy, or guaranteed, but they've done so few. So few guaranteed Ancients. Let's pull. Let's go. All right, a whole bunch of rares so far. Right, 100 points. Yikes! Actually, we did get 2 of the rares, so this guy is extra. This, though, I could potentially now skip an event because I pulled her. So Petrifia, I could skip Artifact Enhancement 3. That's actually potentially good, although it does overlap with CVC. I'd probably be doing that anyway. But that's good to know. Right, okay. And this is something that can happen as well. I think this is also part of why they have inflated the cost here, is because you can pull the rares and epics. There's our first epic, I think. Another epic. Okay, what do we got? Delver actually is new. I think Delver is actually a super underrated epic champ. We can't see her stats properly here, but this move I think is insane. It's an AoE attack on a 4-turn cooldown, puts increased attack on her before attacking, and has a 50, goes to 75% chance to put decreased defense on the target. I presume that's all targets before attacking as well. So increased attack, decreased defense, like that's insanely good. She's got to be one of the most underrated epics. I've never pulled her before, so I've never built her before. She's single target weaken that cannot be resisted, and her A1 could do heal reduction, so that's not too hot. But this is an insane move. This move is so strong. 4-turn cooldown, yeah, but still really good. We got Taurus. He's actually pretty interesting because he basically puts himself to 1 hit point with Unkillable and puts out 4 poisons on all enemies. So this works really well in poison explosion compositions. And then because he's going to be so squishy, he dies off at the boss, which is often what you want to do with these poison explosion type things, and that like a Dark Kale solo the boss or something. So yeah, Taurus is pretty cool. All right, let's go in. This is 30 pulls. There's another epic. Okay. I feel like we've been doing pretty poor. Oh, okay. Another epic there. Brings it back. There's a longsword Torix as well. This is getting kind of spicy. Let me actually double check this. Oh, we're missing one Selenia. Okay. But I've got one of each of these now. But I need a Selenia, which we would get from, well, doing this event. How are we doing on points? So this or champion training. Okay, so far we've got 1,760 points. Champion training, I don't think I'm particularly close. No, but we could do it. We could do it. I'm definitely going to go for the 54, roughly, Ancients. We're going to pull up a bit short of the rare Selenia. Let's see. Epics back-to-back. Filja's really good. Legendary, legendary. Oh, it's a Helior, though. No, I've got him. I think I've got 2 of them already. Okay, we got legendary. I mean, that's always nice to get him. Bannerlords. Good, really strong faction now if I had the OP Voids. I've got Baron. I do have one really, really strong Void. Don't have Taris and Marishka. Helior, this is a champion, like, potential that for me never really lives up to it. This move is properly good. He takes all debuffs from all allies and he transfers them onto a target enemy. And he converts his resistance into accuracy when doing it. So it's very, very, very high accuracy move because of this. Basically full cleanse and throwing the debuffs back. That's a great move. That's really cool. It is good for Dragon hard. It's decent for that. It's good for Nether Spider. It's good for that. I think that Bambus basically does that job way better, in my opinion. But Helior is not bad. He has an AoE attack that puts a shield for 20% of the damage inflicted. Then his A1 permanently increases his defense if he crits and then starts healing him. He also takes damage when allies with 2 or more debuffs are attacked, which is pretty cool. It's interesting. The problem I find with Helior is he needs lots of resistance to not get, crowd controlled and to be able to cleanse and throw stuff over. So he needs lots of resist. Then he needs crit rate because he wants to stack his defense. And he needs crit rate because this is based on damage. Then he needs lots of crit damage because you want this to hit hard. Then he needs lots of defense because it's based on defense. Then he's going to need some hit points as well to survive. Like he just needs, and he's going to need speed to go at the right speed. He basically needs almost every single stat. Like you can skimp obviously on attack and accuracy, but that's kind of it. He's super stat hungry. Super stat hungry. So it's very difficult to build him to be good. He's really interesting, but has sort of been disappointing. He's so visually cool as well. I wish they give him a little bit of a buff. But yeah, it's difficult. Filja is actually really good. I actually think most people would find Filja more useful, or Filia more useful than Helior, honestly, right? She buffs herself up with increased attack and crit damage at the start of her turn. That's great. There's an AoE attack that gives her a turn meter and can heal her. She's got a single target, full turn meter deplete, and then her A1. She hits really hard, especially because this passive buffs her up. Brilliant for Dark Fae because of these moves. Yeah, she's a great champ. And Dahlia, I'm not super sold on Dahlia, to be honest. She's got an AoE decrease attack, and then she can counterattack when enemies are under decrease attack, which is okay. And she can provoke on her A1. So you can sort of set up a bit of a rhythm here with her. You can put her in like a provoke set, for example. She AoEs with decreased attack, maybe provoke some of them. Then whenever they attack her, she's going in and she's got a chance to just provoke them right back. So doubly so with a provoke set. So you've got some stuff happening there. I feel like it's a bit awkward to make her work. She'd probably be very useful for getting through Doom Tower. I think would be her main area. But that's sort of mostly it. There you go. We got a legendary. I'm going to have to reset my Mercy timer. Let me actually get on that. Ancient Mercy. This is the 6th of October. 6th of October. And where does that put us in terms of champion? Should be pretty close, actually. I think we need one more. I think we need like one more 10 pull. Let's go one more 10 pull. And then I think we're probably good to stop. Let's go. Can we get another legendary? Something better? 2 epics. Okay, that's definitely got us where we need to go. 3 epics. Okay. There we go. We got, again, some nice epics in here. Thylesia, she's brilliant. AoE decrease attack, AoE debuff extension, and then she can place Hex as well, which is great. Then she can do debuff spreads to targets under Hex. Great champ. Very squishy, but she's a great champ. COULDN, I pretty much skip him. He's a good single target damage dealer, but it's not really valuable at all. Vrask is great. Heals every time he crits, which is nice. Build him with high HP, high speed, 100% crit rate. Doesn't, unlike Helior, doesn't need any damage or accuracy or anything. So much easier. He just needs 3 stats: HP, speed, crit rate. And he just, you know, he keeps pumping out moves and healing everyone 10% of his max HP. No, their max HP, excuse me. No, never mind. Ascended heals allies by 10% of this champion's max HP when he inflicts a crit. So high HP, speed, and 100% crit rate. And he's pumping out tons of healing for everyone. Makes orcs a lot easier because orcs do lack in healers. And I think that's us probably done almost directly. In fact, yeah, that is us pushed up to this. I think, oh man, did we land? I think we landed bang on 3,650. Well, I'm definitely getting another 250 from the next epic. Here's the thing. I could potentially... So I've got a couple of options here. I could potentially... I don't actually have Malkith yet. He is a new epic. I could save that for CVC. And I could pull Malkith during CVC. That's an option. Got one Selenia. So interesting. So I could do that. Or I could pull a few more shards, fuse up this Malkith, and get myself a legendary skill tome. That's the tough one. Let me think about that for a minute. Okay, I thought, you know what? Let's do a final 10 pull. Let's go for it. We're so low on Mercy Timer. It's not bad. Yep, let's go for it. Like, I'm nowhere close to doing a double legendary event, which is where I think, you know, you would be looking to aim, which is with high Mercy and not saved up. So we're way off that. We might as well go for 10 for fun. Come on. Maybe Duchess Lilitu is in these shards. Maybe. We do want to see epics. There's one. That's good. At least one more epic. Please, game. One more. There it is. Hatatsu might actually be new as well. And he's a brilliant epic. Haikatun, actually really underrated epic. The speed aura, the increased speed with turn meter fill, AoE decreased turn meter, decreased speed A1. She's not amazing, but man, you get her so early in the game. She's super solid. You probably use her for a long time in Arena. Yeah, even Hydra, she's not bad. Hatatsu is great. He's really good. Increased defense with continuous heal on a 3-turn cooldown. AoE decreased attack on a 3-turn cooldown, and then single target leech. He can remove debuffs as well. He's got a defense in all battles aura. This guy, he's just a really solid progression epic. Really, really good. And like I said, I think he might be new, which is always nice. Let's see what we did pull that is new. Dark Elves, yeah. Delver is new. One new epic. Man, we got a lot of new epics today. Over here. Wait, what's new over here? Oh, yeah, Hatatsu. It is my first Hatatsu, so he's new. That's fun. And Sylvan Watchers. Well, Pan, obviously, he's new. We fused him up. There you go. Wow. We pulled properly 2 good new epic champions. That's quite fun. That's unusual. It's funny. I am missing some, you know? I just never pulled Delver. Delver has been in the game since the beginning. She's been there the whole time. I just never pulled her. Like, you know, Miscreated Monster, he's a really highly rated epic. He's been in the game since the entire time I've been playing. Almost 3 years. Just never pulled him. Just never happened. Just the way the dice rolls, you know? Never pulled a Duchess. YST's got like 3 Duchesses. It's just luck, man. That's the way it goes. But there we are. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm not going to pull any more shards. We're going to stop now. And we are going to grab this tome. Another 20. We could go another 20 ancients to try to get this, actually. Oh, do we do it? Do we need another 20 and just max out the 5,000? You know what? Screw it. Let's do it. Let's do it for fun. For the memes. Let's go. We just pull all the ancients. I'm just in a mood today, I guess. There's an epic. That's what we want to see. We want to see lots of purple, preferably some gold. There's another purple. Okay, let's go. Great. That's 580. Cool. That's a little bit above average. We'd expect 530 being the average for a 10 pull. Knight Errant. Hits really hard single target, but he's basically useless. Snorting Thug. Steals buffs. Dead would actually use this guy. He's kind of fun. He can steal buffs when hit, and then he can counterattack. He can steal buffs with his A1. Ignores defenses, steals buffs. He's quite a fun little arena champion. Would you use him? I don't know. But he is quite fun. Right, and let's do another 10 pull. Here we go. This one is Duchess for sure. Let's go. Duchess for sure. There's one epic. We need another one. rare, epic, and rare. Okay. Again, pretty much bang on average sort of look there. Romero, actually pretty decent nowadays. Like, steals 1 buff from each enemy, continuous heals. The stealing the buff is quite cool. Continuous heals out there. He puts out like a decent shield with increased defense on himself, which is a bit wonky. He does have a big, really hard-hitting AoE attack, but only if Juliana is there. So it's a bit funky to build him, but he's not amazing. He's not bad. Delasha is pretty cool. She counterattacks, or has only a 50% when booked chance to counterattack when an ally Lizardman is attacked, which is pretty cool. So she can actually put out some pretty good damage in like Clan Boss and Faction Wars. AoE decrease attack, and then healing and shielding on her A3. So she's a great Faction War champion and also good Clan Boss champ. And that definitely leaves us, man, 28 Ancients in the bank. I don't think... It's been a long time since I've had so few. Yeah, we actually went a little bit overboard. We're super close. We're going to get this really easily. I could actually, very easily, and I think I will, actually do that with mystery shards. 60 mystery shards, and then I can still, funny enough, I can still fuse up these epics during CVC now. And get those extra CVC points. Is that worth it? I don't know, but why not? We will have 2 extra legendary books in the bank. So yeah, I enjoyed that one. Maybe that's why Plarium is like, well, let's make it obnoxiously expensive. Maybe. To be honest, though, I think we can all agree we would rather it be cheaper and more affordable. Please and thank you. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this big shard pull session. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.